Hurricane Ian brought historic damage and rainfall to Florida and states along the East Coast. Viewers are now asking questions about the impact of climate change on hurricanes and if they might be getting stronger. Our Verify team looked into it.
We've seen the impacts of Hurricane Ian from Florida to the southeast, bringing storm surge, flooding rains, wind damage, and much more. Since then, we received a viewer question as to climate change's influence on storms such as Hurricane Ian. So let's verify.
Does climate change have an impact on hurricanes? Our expert is Dr. Daniel Guilford, a climate scientist at Climate Central. Dr. Guilford explains that increased greenhouse gases from humans creates more heat in the atmosphere and, in turn, warmer oceans.
Increasing sea surface temperatures, especially in the Atlantic Ocean, but also across the world, mean that there's more fuel source available to the hurricanes to draw upon.
More fuel has multiple consequences, such as an increased rate of Category 4 and 5 hurricanes, as well as slower and wetter storms.
That sort of slowdown in hurricane speeds as they move across land especially means more dramatic rainfall, because if a hurricane sits over you for a longer period of time, you get things like what happened in my yard, where I had over 11 inches of rain.
In fact, a rapid attribution study just confirmed this with Hurricane Ian.
A colleague of mine, Kevin Reed out of Stony Brook, showed that with Hurricane Ian, we expect that climate change contributed an additional 10% more water to the storm. So we actually have a clear link between Hurricane Ian and climate change already that we have studied.
Dr. Guilford acknowledges that Florida has seen major hurricanes in the past, some of which had stronger winds. However, the trend in regards to the impacts of climate change is evident.
We are now more exposed as a population by living in these vulnerable areas, and these storms have gotten worse, and their impacts are more damaging on our communities as a result of the increased risks of vulnerability and physical changes in our climate system. These hurricanes are worse because of climate change.
So yes, we can verify that there is a link between human-caused climate change and more intense and wetter hurricanes. With your Verify, I'm Danielle Miller.
And if you have a question for the Verify team, just send an email to verify@12newsnow.com, or you can reach out to us on social media.